Merhaba YouTube, ALSENYAZ Oyun kanalına hoş geldiniz. Ben İsa. Vampyr serisine kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. İyi seyirler, başlayalım. Üretebildiğim kadar buradayken ilaç üreteyim. Buraya lazım olursa başka bir yerlere kullanırız. Bak, bir tane var. Genelde mesela en çok bundan lazım. Bundan bir tane malzeme de alırız. Ha, bir dakika. Silahımı değiştireceğim. Gelişmiyor bunlar. Gelişmiyor bir şey. İyi tetik parçası lazım. Şimdi bu bölgede iyileştirebileceğim hasta var mı, ona bakalım. Burada bir şu eleman var, bunu da iyileştiremem. Bunu çünkü nasıl öğreteceğim bilmiyorum, daha açmadık. Bunun haricinde bölgede 2 kişi var. Soğuk, anemi. Anemi vardı galiba, ben ilacı. Yani buraya olmalı gideriz. Bir konuşalım. Konuşmadığımız bir konu var mı bakalım.
Good evening. Evening. Can you tell me anything about recent events at the hospital?
Before the shouts and the noises, I think I heard whispers coming from the stairs. 2 voices, maybe more.
Did you recognize the voices? What did they say?
I couldn't hear. Sounded like they were arguing or something.
Goodbye.
I need blood.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion here?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reed. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
Daily routine.
What on earth happened here?
İçinden geçmişler buradaki avlamız.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we cope with that?
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to deal with these things as best you can.
Yeah. Until it's my turn to have blood spread all over the walls. I entered the room first, Dr. Reed. I've seen what that monster did to the woman.
Goodbye.
sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly?
This hospital.
A year?
Good evening.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
It's a disgrace. How on earth can patients be attacked in their own rooms?
Goodbye. Good evening.
I'm okay.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I had shouting coming from the first floor. I was asleep when it started.
I have...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
Please, tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital.
I heard Miss Jones call for help from her bedroom. There were some loud noises, like people fighting. All of a sudden, it went quiet. And then a nurse started screaming.
Do you know who the nurse was?
Not sure, but I think it was Nurse Hawkins.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fitt.
I will not let you down, my boy.
I'm quite...
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Nothing like this would have happened if we'd had enough staff and proper shifts.
So you don't think the blame is ours?
We all hold fast here, Dr. Reed. Our methods may differ, but we are all trying to make a difference.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
Thank you.
Gözlük lazım zaten. Bunları konuşalım.
Good evening, Doctor.
And good evening.
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reed.
My fault? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I heard it was you who brought the murderer inside our walls. But you couldn't know, could you?
Did you know Dr. Aykroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Can you tell me?
I'm sure...
My fault?
Oh, nothing.
Goodbye.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Bu yemeği paylaşabilir miyiz lan?
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man, huge in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
I'd like...
Wise choice.
Ya sanma, kalsın. Silah gerek yok gerçi. Mermiye de gerek yok. Allah işte para vermek istemiyorum. Ne yalan söyleyeyim. İşte onun için. Daha değerli böyle mavi renkte ya da mor renkli bir şey varsa anlamıyorum. Şimdi ilk önce yan görevine gitsek, ana görevine gitsek. Bence ilk önce bir yan görevleri çıkaralım oradan, eğer çok uzun sürmezse ana göreve gideriz.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them!
Al beni bir.
Fuck, it's fast!
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
You should not be by yourself. Grief can be a terrible trial, and it's even worse when you're alone.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
You should go home now.
No, not yet. I miss my dear Matthew so much, and I can't forgive myself.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
But you're not dead. There is a difference between visiting the dead and staying with them.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
Goodbye, Xiao Shun. Maybe we'll talk later.
still feel so disconnected from the others that...
Evet, ne yapacağız şimdi?
Hello, sir. Sorry to disturb you at this hour. I'm a doctor inquiring about the epidemic. May I come in?
A doctor, you say? No, thank you.
All right. I shan't insist. Goodbye for now, sir.
I've heard so many bad things recently, I'm almost glad I can't.
Görevle geçiyoruz şimdilik. Şu an
Hello again, miss. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. I know you understand what I'm saying. Very well. Hello again. Very well. Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good
Have you reached...
Not at all.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nithercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, Mr. Nithercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles, and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Şimdi madem bölgede hasta olanları iyileştirelim. Açmışım. Bu elemanı da açmışız. İlgide ne var, bunu iyileştiremem. Bunu iyileştirebiliriz. Bunu da iyileştiremem. Bilmiyorum. Bunun ilacı aldı galiba. Ama şu ikisini iyileştirebilirim. Oldu. Anlamadım ki.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears the dispensary is now a major source of contagion in Whitechapel. Someone should do something about it, but no one cares.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
There is something going on in this district.
Good evening.
Change your mind?
Goodbye. Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peters?
Keep your medicines for others.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Goodbye.
Şimdi. 3 tane
You never... Right then. You never... Goodbye. You never... What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
Well, despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Goodbye.
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched. Let your guard down, sir.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So,
I'm not bothered.
Goodbye.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Cheap price, good quality.
Düşmüş. Bakarsa ya benim yaptığım şeyden dolayı böyle oldu biraz. Aynen dönüşmüş. Ben öyle yaptım diye mi dönüştü? Ne oldu? Oha, çok seviyor. Acaba ben bu kadına ben ama bir şey yapmadım ki, ısırmadım, bir şey yapmadım, sadece hafızasını yaptım diye biliyorum. baş ağrısı. Bir şey aldık. Güzel. Böyle bir şey aldık. Yani. Sağ olun.
I cannot enter.
This is filthy piece of shit.
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost. There's a letter inside.
Olmadı mı? Niye olmadı görev? Yine mi var acaba? Kutuyu aldım ki geri. Komutanın görevine doğru gideceğiz. Çok uzatacak. Böyle iptal edelim. Karıştırmasın. Bir ara geliriz.
It's far.
I have had enough.
Pay me a bottle and I'll be
Watch out, boys! Fuck his boss! Anyone shall prevail! Lord, give Look at it!
düşman çıktı karşımıza. Burası bayağı da bir şey topladık. Çok düşman çıktı ama.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Do you require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really? Well, go ask someone else then. I'm sure Tom Watts will gladly answer you.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Ya Allah'ım bize yardım etti yani. Ben yardım etmez. Şey yapardım düşünüyordum da yardım etti.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
Oh.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear.
Violence.
So you decide.
Yes, Doctor.
Can I see what...
As long as you haven't... Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces around here.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye. Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You'd best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog.
So few clients.
He's the
Welcome back.
of prey I hunt, Milady.
Tom,
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave?
the important thing is that... where is it? I bet you... Please.
Well, I don't like to...
Goodbye.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
I could make...
All I will...
What can you...
Did you hear...
It's...
But it's my...
So...
I patrol...
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What
Can I help?
Actually...
Are you asking?
If you would...
Have you heard...
Of course.
Were you...
I did think of...
So you hunt...
Vampires?
Goodbye.
Oh no, this isn't giving me a laugh.
Welcome back. Why does your waitress feel in danger? What?
It's part of...
Do you think...
Of course I...
Goodbye, Miss...
Damn it.
I should have offered a drink to the boy.
What? Be he cursed or not?
I'm looking...
I really don't...
Who could?
About the sack.
Is the ad...
Sinister.
Goodbye.
What with the epidemic? No
Good evening,
one's
Mr.
go
Watt.
outside.
Good...
Welcome.
Welcome back. Good...
I should have offered.
Miss Cavan...
You better ask Tom.
Why not answer me?
We respect the...
What can you...
People don't...
You look...
This is about...
So you...
Tom's the...
Goodbye.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Burada 3 kişi daha. Açılacak 3 kişi daha var. Böyle. Sanırsam ikisi kadın, bir erkek. Burada da 2 kişi daha var. Burayı tamamen açmışım. Burayı da açmışım tamamen. Burayı açmadık. Burada 5 kişi var daha bulacağımız. Burası kritik gözüküyor. Niye kritik gözüküyor acaba? Öldüğü için mi? Öldüğü için olabilir. Şimdi kim vardı? Bu var.
Seems like the guard of Freeman is on Sean Hampton's trail too. The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Evet arkadaşlar, burada bölüm sonu yapalım. Videoyu beğendiyseniz beğenmeyi, yorum bırakmayı, abone olmayı unutmayın. Sonraki bölümde görüşürüz. Kendinize iyi bakın. Hoşçakalın.